When it comes to all this distracting high-tech horse shit that I do here on GearGasms, there's generally two kinds of people. There's the kind of people who think, oh man, that looks really cool. I wonder how he does it. Then there's the people that go, I wish he would give it a rest for a few minutes and just let us see the real thing. Well, I'm gonna make both of those sets of people happy today, right here on GearGasms. Ah, suburbia, you wanna be my neighbor? This house is for sale. My surfboard and Ernie and Flip. These people have no idea that a celebrity lives among them. Hi everybody, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host, and today, as promised, we're gonna strip this thing naked. I'm gonna do a long overdue and much requested studio tour. I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of GearGasms. We're gonna show you how we create all of this distracting, obnoxious electronic magic. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. This channel is kind of like those Sunday newspaper magazines. Sure, it's kind of slick and there's some glossy visuals, but the actual articles and content are some vapid garbage. Celebrate mediocrity. Now I know there's some of you that really dig all this electronic poofery, so I know some of you just want me to shut this garbage off and get started with a tour, and we're gonna do that right fucking now. All right, a lot of people, they either love the green screen or they hate it. I totally get it. But if you watched early videos, what was here originally was a window and it was fighting me for light. I had to shoot in this area. So I tried like putting some rock posters over a window shade, and then it was still fighting me with light. I would Velcro them on. And so then I took black poster board and I blacked this window out so I could control the light. And I was still doing the ever-changing rock poster flags. Well, that was a big pain in the butt, and it was expensive and it was cumbersome. And I had a green screen sheet that they send you with camera products. And I thought, oh, I'll just put that there instead of a rock flag, a rectangle green on this window shade, and then I could put different rock posters or whatever. And so then I did that, and I realized I can actually use video. So then this, $45 on Amazon. And what I can do, as you can see, it's very plain here. I go back here and I turn the lights on, bip, come in here. Now I have the green screen lit all the way around with LED strips, and I have Kiss lights behind Kiss. And then I come over here and I turn this one on, another LED thing. And that kind of generally sets the overall lights. I have nano leaf here, and I'll show you that in a minute. And while we're talking about the green screen, how you have to light it. Now as you can see here, it's not very evenly lit, and I've got the overheads on. It's all different when the lights are here. But I have to use 4 separate lights sometimes to light this. Light number 1, right here. That kind of lights the top half. And then over here, I've got this light to balance it out. Boom. That one I use to light the bottom. The key is to get it evenly lit. Yeah, it's really a lot of overhead to light this green screen, but it's so worth it, isn't it? I know how much you all love it. While we're here into the main stage area, you can see, I don't know if you're looking down in here, that light and all that spaghetti of mess. But I got a couple little amps. You see these on the videos. Got my platinum records on the wall. Those are actually CDs that I recorded at home, never released. But yeah, that's basically all I do besides the nano leaf and then the outside lights, the key lights and the subject lights. That's pretty much how easily and quickly I can fire up the GearGasms set. All right, now I don't know how this, we're shooting with an iPhone. I don't know how this is gonna come out, but these are the nano leaf when they're on. I've got it flowing through different colors. The problem is I've found out colored light that is facing a lens directly is extremely difficult to shoot and to capture those colors. I've been round and round, and no matter how much I play with the angles, it never really shows the real colors that you see in the room. It always just looks like some kind of pink, no matter what I do, some kind of like Barbie's Playhouse. So if you've noticed a pink motif, pink purple, that's really kind of all I can do with these lights, because when I use red, it looks really weak. All the accent red, it doesn't pop. Blue messes with the green screen a little bit. Green, obviously, I can't use. So I'm kind of stuck with pink and purple, whether you like it or not. And I got my purple shirt. This is something I normally can't do. I can't wear anything green because of the green screen. I've had to think, I got a green guitar. I've had to watch like products with green on them. The good news is these are reversible, so I can flip it to blue. I can just flip this thing around and chroma key off blue. So moving over to this side, guys, you guys are so used to seeing all this stuff. I keep my Funko Pops. I keep my Mini-Me. I got Brittany over there.
It's Brittany, bitch.
I got my boy, Rick Allen. Lots of free pedals on this board. I like it. Brands maybe you've never heard of, but really some good stuff out there. I am not a cork sniffer when it comes to the tools of the trade. I will use anything anyone will give me. Got the Marshall, got the Mesa Mark V 25. Oh, that is a desert island amp if there ever was one. The venerable Fender Blues Jr. There's a little Donner amp, that was free. Got another one over there, that one was free. That Air Step was free. That Van Gogh was free. Got my beautiful Iceman over there. Bob Marley and my little friend that I bought in Jamaica. Yeah, KISS serves a lot of purposes. Obviously, like I say, it hosts the LEDs. It alienates probably 2/3 of the people who might otherwise watch the channel. It does that. But it also hides shit. It hides this light. If you notice, I don't do it as often as I should. I rotate guitars right here in this spot because it's often on camera. And if you sort of look up on the walls here, I have picture discs everywhere, and we're in brick and brack. I have all these mini guitars. They used to sit on their little stands on a shelf. Oh my God, they're a pain in the ass. Even with a Swiffer to dust around, you don't want that. So I thought I bought these little things that, you know, where's that place, Hobby Lobby, where they love Jesus and you can buy craft stuff. I got that, some hot glue, bada bing. I just glued them all up. Over here we got my boy Eddie Van Halen. I got both those guitars, by the way. We got Michael Anthony's bass, we got Randy Rhoads, and we got Dimebag Bag Darrell. And of course, picture discs again here, KISS, Prince, Def Leppard, Hendrix. This is my Peter Pan room. It's a rock and roll playground. All right, so now we're gonna get away from this stage and I'm gonna show you the shit you never see that's like behind the camera in Studio B. All right, now this is something you almost never see unless I show it accidentally. And for those of you that have dormer windows, it's a great use of space. This is spouse approved. Now, like I say, I've got them hiding anywhere. Oh, look at that flame. I keep the really precious ones kind of back behind things that I don't think anything will fall on them. That might actually be a good idea. Someone can knock that speaker back. But I use these spaces to hang guitars. And nobody uses this space. Have you ever used this space in your house? Why in the hell would you ever use this space? You ain't gonna. But these guitars are here. A caution though, word of caution. I have this curtain, this blackout situation, so I can control light in this room, but it's also important to keep the sun off these guitars. I learned a very hard lesson a few years ago about how colors bleed in such lighting conditions. And by the way, these are the lights that I use. This computer here is where I do all my internet surfing, show planning and stuff like that. It's just BS stuff. I do have it hooked up to my old JVC amp and these circa 1988 speakers bought at Circuit City that still crank. Up top on my shelf, I got a bunch of KISS bric-a-brac you're not interested in. I do have some things like from radio, like a cart from our old radio show. Google it if you don't know what that is.
Oh, man.
Another thing from radio. Look, this is my first non-Sears guitar, so it's kind of like my first real guitar. It was a Cameo. It came from Air Force Base Exchange. We had to order it. I did change some parts on it, but it's more or less original. It's up there. It can never be played. It can only be looked at. You can't play it, you can't tune it, you can't touch it. It mustn't. This is my friend Mark Farner. Now a lot of times on the show you'll hear me refer to somebody who's my friend because they were on the radio show. Mark Farner's my friend. I could call him up now and he would take my call. He's a wonderful human being. Same here. Wayne Nelson, Low Rubber Band, my friend. By the time you see this, we're probably a week or two away of going and hanging out with he and his lovely wife. The nicest couple in rock and roll. Oh, I love putting those in front of that light. Oh, dance, flame, dance. This is actually even a longer dormer, so I can put guitars here. And how I'm managing my collection now, this is no lie, is number of hooks. I got one empty over there, and that's only because I got one downstairs. It's like, if I don't have a hook for it, I can't have it. So I'm kind of in a one in, one out situation. That's not a rule from Mrs. GearGasms, that's my own rule. Because at a certain point, all kidding aside, your guitars own you. This corner is again just more rock and roll bric-a-brac, some more of them mini guitars. My Paul McCartney shrine. Oh. This corner, in addition to that corner, you can really see how much of a YouTube whore I've become. So many of these products I got for free. This is a real full big boy air step. Haven't even unboxed it. I love Elroy and apparently he loves me. That's good stuff. Little sneak preview for you guys. This will probably be out already anyway, so it won't be a big deal. Van Gogh is getting into the pedal business. More free pedals that I've gotten except the Pinnacle, obviously. Beatles, Beatles, Beatles. Love me, my Beatles. This is merch. Now, I'm always pimping merch, but hear me out. A lot of people don't do this. If you buy merch, I've bought it, and I've touched it, and I've felt it, and there have been times when I had to make some changes and make some fixes. So yeah, I'm super into making sure that I buy everything, an example of everything, and make sure that y'all ain't getting some garbage. I love Funko Pops, and I'm probably not set up to Vanna White-esque. Some of those haven't been on the show yet. You can't look like a guy, I'll blur that out. I like mixing, if you've noticed, there's Kiss and Beatles. Those are probably my two starting points for all things music that got me into music. And they don't really match, but somehow they sort of do. No, they're super extremely important influence. And if you go up top, we got more guitars. This is a pretty guitar. You've seen it on the channel, Jimi Hendrix. There's a lot of irony in that. Rock Flag. If you're familiar with this channel, you'll get it. You see this poster? Kind of down that way. That was from the radio show. That was our last iteration of it. We were on the interwebs at that point. We were not actually on the air. My dear co-host Sue Stewart, of course, was with me on that. I'm not going to nerd out too heavily on you guys, but you may notice this little squiggly. That's me talking right now. I use Cubase. I basically run multi-audio, whatever I'm doing. And then what I do is I duck the vocal mic when I'm playing, so you're not getting any vocal mic. I have to do that by hand. I've not found anything that can do that auto ducking well for me. Every video I do that. Getting into my rack, I got a headphone splitter amplifier. I got my old tone port. Brand new Shure dual channel wireless setup that I've been using for a couple months. I still have my Focus right, Sapphire Pro 40. Vintage. It is using FireWire, if you can believe that. Little MIDI controller for when I do play keyboards. If you notice this little thing right here, bip to the bip to the bip. Oh, I shoot everything on the Canon T6i. I love it. I can get them for well under $500 used. I standardize on that camera for a number of reasons. It does whatever I need it to do. It doesn't do anything more. But once you standardize on a camera, your footage will be consistent. You will know how to use it inside and out. I got monitors hidden everywhere. I got one there. I got one here. I have this little one over here because I found out the hard way too. You need to watch yourself when you're on camera. The little flip monitors that come with the camera, no bueno, way too small for a man my age. I need something big that I can see. Again, these are the gold and platinum records from stuff that I did on my 4-track, and then I had a Roland VS840, and then whatever. I gave them real names. I made CD covers for them. Yeah, I'm that guy. Living in a fantasy world. I'm still doing that with this YouTube.
Loser!
Unfortunately. Let me take you in Studio B. You've been in here 3 or 4 times, I think, across the life of this channel. I plan to want to use it more, and it's still a work in progress, but I will happily show you this space. Now, first thing when you come in, there's rock flags everywhere, and then there's the young ones. We got the young ones over here. It's not just ugly, and it's not just rock and roll. It has a purpose. Now, you may notice my voice changing from here, and then my voice changing when I'm in here. It may or may not have more echo. I'm not sure how that's going to work. But I used to record vocals in here, and so these moving blankets, it's my ghetto sound treatment. I got tripods, baby. I got stands, tripods, and lights, and all manner of shit. The concept of this room is was my live room. Not for YouTube or anything, but just for jams. And obviously, if you want to have a drum kit. Now, am I going to play it on this? No, I'm not. The reason is I did that on the first studio tour, number one. The second is if you don't mic drums properly, I don't care who's playing them, they sound awful. Kabang. I got this set up for like instant jam. Like if I want to do an acoustic jam, let's turn the PA on, turn that wireless on, grab this Taylor, plug it in, turn that switch on, and instantly I'm in. GearGasms. These microphones were free that I'm singing through, by the way. Free microphones. This Taylor was free.
Nice.
It wasn't. Oh no, it was not free. Not even anything close, but I bought it for myself as a reward for getting a 4.0 on my master's degree in 2010. And like I said, I've shot some other things in here, just mainly for the IRS. I can also write this space off partially on my taxes and say that I use it for my business as well. We can light up this green screen this way, and then we have to do some fills and stuff. The other problem shooting in a room like this, drums by definition are very live. I can actually hear my own voice coming through one of the drum heads over there. I can hear the ring of it. So that makes it really like not the best place to shoot YouTube. But as you can see in here, if you want to come in here, I will give you some detail. I have a second PA just to run the monitors. I got a couple line 6s in here I know y'all like to hate. So that is kind of Studio B. This here is my neighborhood. It's kind of fancy. I don't actually belong here. These people don't know it. But I am screaming white trash, and I live among them. Secretly. Stunning how they live. How do fancy people live? Some fancy people, they got a camper. That's what some fancy people do. They go camping. Why do fancy people go camping? They want to know how poor people live. That's playtime for rich people. They buy expensive metal things and they go live in them for a weekend and pretend they're poor.
That's racist!
Brother's got a boat. This house is for sale. Very nice. I'd tell you the name of this neighborhood, but then I'd have to kill you. So this is me riding on my Pee Wee Herman bicycle through my neighborhood, trying to show y'all where I live, how I live. I live pretty good. Can't lie. I've been blessed. This is Casa Barnez. It's where GearGasms is shot. That room over the garage is Smile or Die Studios. That there's my neighbor's house. Just moved in. Been here 17 years, I think. This is my Section 8 trailer park.
This is your mom.
In Maryland. I do all my own landscaping, by the way, in case you didn't know. There it is. Oh, look at, my flowers are blooming, my trees. There's my flower bed. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. This is my back patio, yo. This window here, that's Studio A of GearGasms Smile or Die Studios. You can see the camera right underneath it. There's not just TV cameras in this house, there's security cameras all over the place. Well, what did we learn today? We learned that as a young man, or perhaps as a child, Alan fantasized about being famous and being some kind of a music recording star personality. And then now at nearly 60 years old, Alan still sits in a room where he pretends to sort of kind of want to be a famous recording YouTube music star personality. We also learned that I like to flex on all the free stuff I get as a fledgling garbage YouTuber.
Busted.
And finally, we also got to sort of see Studio B, and hopefully we'll see more of Studio B coming up in future episodes of GearGasms. As always, I thank you for the time that you waste on this channel. Please don't forget to have some of your ratty-ass friends subscribe to GearGasms. Don't be embarrassed. We all have them. You can buy some merch, help support the channel, all kinds of cool stuff. Again, send me pictures of yourself in this stuff so I can put you on the YouTubes. Whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell Bruce Springsteen about it, because he sucks. Because he straight up sucks. whatever you do in the next 7 days, don't tell Bruce Springsteen about it because he straight up sucks. The boss, Bruce, you fired. But play more guitar, watch less YouTube, and keep coming back here week after week for more GearGasms.